Alright, I got another collection update video for you, and this one's going to be done in a few sections, but what I mean by that is you guys won't notice that it gets paused at one point in recording, but I'm going to go through these, then hit pause, take those downstairs to my room, and then when I come back I'll go through these and some other titles as well. I'm also in the middle of a couple of different sorting processes. One for the cases for my movies, like these cases, and one for my discs, the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks themselves, and CDs, a few CDs. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Up first, we have a double feature 2 DVD set of My Girl and My Girl 2. Both have Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Anna Chlumsky. The first one has Macaulay Culkin and the second one has Austin O'Brien. Yeah. These are really cute little movies. Very family friendly. The first one came out in 1991. The second one came out in 1994. They both have Canadian PG ratings, and the first one's runtime is 102 minutes. The second one's runtime is 99 minutes. Going to see if I recognize any other names on here before I move on. The first one has music by James Newton Howard, who I think did the Peter Pan soundtrack for when Jason Isaacs was Hook and Mr. Darling. Yeah, okay. Set that one there. Next up, we have My Man Godfrey here, and first time in color. I guess it was originally in black and white. It's from 1936. It's not rated because it's very old. And the 2005 version was colorized. So I'm guessing this one came out in 2000, or this version came out in 2005, where it was colorized. And then we have a 93-minute runtime, and I recognize none of these actors and actresses' names. But yeah, here's what the back looks like. Oh, here's the back for My Girl and My Girl 2. All right. Next up, we have My Sister's Keeper. And Alec Baldwin's in this one with Cameron Diaz. What else is in here? Those are the two names that I recognize, I guess. Okay. It is PG-13, 109 minutes long, and came out in 2009. This is one that I'll need to watch because I haven't watched this one yet, but it looks kind of cool. So, here we go. Next up, we have My Super Ex-Girlfriend with Uma Thurman and Luke Wilson, and she has superpowers in case that wasn't implicit in the title. Let's see, who else is in this? I think there's Anna Faris is in here as well. It is PG-13, came out in 2006. I don't know what this guy's name is, but I recognize him. He's in there as well. And it is 96 minutes long. That one has been a long time since I've watched it. I need to rewatch it one of these days. Next up, we have a triple feature. I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it's 3 individual like stories with the same like detective type person. But we have Mystery Woman Mystery Weekend, Mystery Woman Snapshot, and Mystery Woman Sing Me a Murder. It might be a trilogy because it has all three titles. It has three of the same names on all three: Kelly Martin, Clarence Williams III, and Nina Siemaszka. I'm not sure how the heck that's pronounced, that last name there. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too badly. Okay. I don't think any. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, none of them are rated. Sing Me a Murder has a Canadian PG rating. They're perfectly family friendly to watch. There's nothing super graphic or profane in there. At least on the first one, I've seen Murder Weekend or Mystery Weekend. But from top to bottom, the way they appear on the front here, in the order I read them in initially, we have 87 minutes, 85 minutes, and 86 minutes. So they're all within a minute of each other. The middle one is the shortest. Then the third one is a minute longer than that. And the first one was a minute longer than the third. Interesting. Combined, they are 258 minutes. And only one of them has a release year on it for some reason. And that is 2004 for Mystery Weekend. The collection itself, where they're compiled here, came out in 2011. It looks like. So yeah. Next up, we have The Namesake. The greatest journeys are the ones that bring you home. Right here. What's this actor's name? I recognize him from things. Let's see if I recognize his name. Kal Penn. Kal Penn. There we go. I knew I recognized him. I just wasn't sure if I would recognize his name or not. This one is PG-13. Came out in 2006 and is 122 minutes long. So that's cool. Next up, I do have both Nanny McPhee movies, but I just have a case for the second one here. They're both super funny and good times. Emma Thompson plays the title role, Nanny McPhee herself. I believe this one also has, this one has Maggie Gyllenhaal and Maggie Smith in it as well as Rhys Ifans, or Rhys Ifans. I'm not sure how his name is pronounced. The guy that played the Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home. Him. It's PG. Came out in 2010 and is an hour 49 minutes in length there. And it's a good story. Good not really cheerful. Yeah, good cheerful fun. It's cheerful and funny. You know that saying, when pigs fly? They fly in this. Next up, we have The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is the non-Disney version, as there's also because Disney also did Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and Voyage of the Dawn Treader. There are 4 non-Disney ones, and I have 4 of those. But here's the first one. This one is 169 minutes. Doesn't have any rating information, and it doesn't seem to say who the cast members are either, which that's a little frustrating. But this version came out in 1988, it looks like. So, let's see if there's a big old booklet thing, or 2 booklets in here. Set this off to the side. There's this. This gets like a what is it? Synopsis of the story. Or of C.S. Lewis himself, I guess. All right. Yeah. Cool. I'll put this one here, and I think this one is like a big old poster or something. Yeah, this definitely seems like it's a giant poster. Big old poster. Right, I'll figure out how to hold this up without damaging it. There we go. Cool. Then here is Voyage of the Dawn Treader and Prince Caspian. Caspian second, Dawn Treader third. This one is 168 minutes from 1990. Excuse me. Is that 168 minutes for both of them? Or I assume it like both of them would be covered in an hour or in 168 minutes. Because it doesn't have a separate runtime for Prince Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader. It just has the one runtime, so I imagine it's accounting for both with that. Anyway, and then next up, last for this little portion before I take some of these down, we have The Chronicles of Narnia: The Silver Chair. This one Disney never made. They stopped after Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which I think I have a case for. No, I have a case for the Disney Prince Caspian. Okay, well, I do have the other two, the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe and Voyage of the Dawn Treader from Disney. But anyway, this one's 168 minutes as well. Also from 1990, it looks like. And yeah, I'm not as familiar with the Silver Chair because I think I've only seen the Disney versions of the first 3. So yeah, I'm going to pause here and go take this stack that we just talked about right here downstairs to my room. And then when I come back, we'll talk about these and whatever stack I end up bringing up with me. Probably in 2 sections again, because these remaining titles are going to go in front of the first stack or alongside it, and these ones are going to go on that first stack on the shelf that I have for these to go in. So that's a lot of information that's may not be necessary for you guys, but will be back. All right, I'm back to do a little bit more of this. Next up, we have C.S. Lewis Beyond Narnia. Apparently, it's an award winner. I've not watched this one yet, so I don't know why it would be an award winner, but it's 54 minutes long. Came out in looks like 2005. I don't recognize either of the 2 names that it lists for the next to this word starring Anton Rogers and Diane Venora. I'm not sure who they are, but yeah, here's this one. Is there anything sort of insert inside? No. Okay, well, that's fine. Next up, we have the Disney version of the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Right here. This one came out when? It looks like 2008 for the DVD release. It was probably in theaters in 2007. It is PG and 149 minutes long. I don't recognize the names of any of these actors, but I recognize their faces because I've seen these ones. So, anyway, next up we have Bombers B-52, a Natalie Wood movie. I have all of my Natalie Wood movies sorted under N for Natalie. So yeah, here's the first one here. It is not rated, from 1957. Forget if this is in color or if it's, because there's black and white pictures on the back, but that doesn't necessarily mean the movie was in black and white. Oh, it's in color. Okay. And it's from a runtime of 106 minutes. Yeah, very cool. I have seen all 6 of these Natalie Wood movies. I think there's 6. Yeah, I have seen all 6 of them. It's been a little while, but I have seen all 6, and they're all pretty good. I think I did a ranking after I finished them, honestly, come to think of it. Next up, we have Cash McCall. Right here. This one is also not rated. I don't think any of these are. Yeah, none of them are rated. So I don't need to say it another 4 times. This one came out and looks like 1959 and is 102 minutes long. So there we go. Next up is Splendor in the Grass. Right. And it came out in 1961. And is 124 minutes long. Which I think, no, it's not the longest one because the next one up is 143 minutes long, and that is Gypsy. I think there's a remake version of this that I want to try and get dual formatted. I want to try and get all these ones dual formatted as well, where I get the Blu-rays. I just don't think 4Ks would exist for these. That's why I'm not planning on getting the 4Ks, because I don't think there are any for these movies. But this one came out in 1962 and is 143 minutes long. Cool. Next up, we have Sex and the Single Girl, which it's a much cleaner movie than that title would make it sound. Based on the book this guy's reading by the same title. It came out in 1964 and is 114 minutes long. yeah, I think I might have put these in release order when I sorted the cases. Let's see if that's the case. 1957, 1959, 1961, 1962, 1964. Yep, that's exactly what I did, because the last one is from 1965. And so, the last one up here we have, for the Natalie Wood movies anyway, is Inside Daisy Clover, the story of what they did to a kid. Right here. This one is from 1965 and 128 minutes long. The only name I recognize from any of these titles is Natalie Wood's name. Because I mean, I recognize the whole cast, but I don't know any of the other names. I don't know any of the other actors' names because I got a package deal on these for like I think I got all 6 of them for like $1 or something like that, and then it was like, okay, all 6 for $1. I'm there. Let's do it. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to another stack here. We'll probably get partially through this next stack in this video and finish it off and do this next stack in another video. Because I don't want to make these too long, or these videos too long. But we're doing all right for right now. We're at only like 22 minutes. So, my goodness. Next up, we have both National Treasure movies. I just have a case for the second one and not the first one. This is National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, but I do have both, like I just said. Hilarious Nicolas Cage comedies. We got Jon Voight in here as well, and Helen Mirren. Them and Nicolas Cage are the 3 names that I recognize on the back of here. I think they're both PG. This one came out in 2008 and is 125 minutes long. And it seemed like Disney forgot about the National Treasure franchise until they had a series on Disney Plus for it. I want to get these Blu-rays for these movies, because they're good movies. Let's see. I also want to get a Blu-ray for that one, that one, that one, that one. The movies I just pointed out, also wanting to get Blu-rays for is High School Musical 2, Ratatouille, Enchanted, and Meet the Robinsons. I want to get Blu-rays for all of those. Next up, we have Nerve. And my initial copy of this just had, I think, the Blu-ray. So I have 2 Blu-rays and a DVD for this one now, because I wanted to get the DVD as well. We got Dave Franco and Emma Roberts in here. Are there other names on the back that I recognize? Nope, there are not. It's PG-13. And came out in 2016 as 96 minutes long. Any sort of inserts? Nope. All right. Next up, we have another 3-movie collection. These ones are not interconnected with each other. I know that for a fact because I have seen all 3 of these, and they are not interconnected at all. We have 28 Days, The Net, and Premonition. The only connection they have is all of them star Sandra Bullock. But their storylines and whatnot never intersect. With 28 Days, who else is in this one? Dominic West is in this one as well, and Steve Buscemi is in here. All three of them are PG-13. 28 Days came out in 2000, it looks like. Where's the runtime? 104 minutes long. Sandra Bullock is the only name that I recognize for The Net, which came out in 1995 and is PG-13. 114 minutes long. Excuse me, my goodness. And with Premonition, hers is the only name that I recognize again. And it came out in 2007, is 96 minutes long with a PG-13 rating. So yeah, all good movies. This one's definitely dated because the technology featured in it is ancient by today's standards. Of course, it came out in 1995, so there's that. You kind of expect the tech to be outdated in 1995 to compared to 2026. Next up, we have Never Back Down. Amber Heard is in here. Evan Peters is in here. Djimon Hounsou is in here. I think that's this guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. And Marvel's What If, as well as Captain Marvel. This one is PG-13. Came out in 2008 and is 113 minutes long. Very cool. I've seen part of the movie, not a whole lot of it. So yeah. Alright. Next up, we have Never Been Kissed, and this one's actually pretty funny. I watched it on Disney Plus a few months back. It has Drew Barrymore and Dave Arquette in it, and it was a lot funnier than I was expecting it to be. I was laughing a good bit watching this. Let's see that. We also have. I recognize another one of the girls' faces, but I don't know her names. John C. Reilly is apparently in this. I recognize this girl's name, or this girl's face, I should say, but I don't know her name. I don't see it on here. I could be thinking of someone else for that, but anyway, it's PG-13. Came out in 2002, it looks like, or 1999. My bad. It says right up next to the runtime, 1999. My bad. And is 108 minutes long. So it came out roughly around the same time as the original Scream, I think, or was that earlier in the 90s, 95 or 97? Anyway, around the same time as at least the first Scream, or maybe the first two or something like that. Next up, we have Neverending Stories 1 and 2, to the next chapter, and with something called The Neverending Story. You'd think between the two, it would have longer run times than 92 minutes for the first and 89 minutes for the second. I've seen the first two. Let's see. For the first one, do I recognize any of the names listed here? I do not. But for the second one, I see that John Wesley Shipp is in it, and he was the Flash in the 90s, and a Flash variant / Barry Allen's father in the Arrowverse Flash series. He's a Jay Garrick Flash. Both are PG. The first one came out in 1984 and the second one in 1989. I already shared the runtimes. So yeah, here's Neverending Stories chapters 1 and 2. Next up, we have a 10 movie kids pack, volume 4. This one has Neverending Story 3, Escape from Fantasia as one of the titles included here, which is one of only 2 live action ones, it looks like. Looks like the rest of these are all animated, other than that in Wrinkle in Time. The old Wrinkle in Time. But the titles included here are The Thief and the Cobbler, which is 73 minutes long and rated G from 1993. Neverending Story 3, which is rated G and 96 minutes long, which has Jack Black in the cast for that one. I haven't seen the third one yet, but I'm excited to check it out at some point. Then we have Lunar Jim, which is 88 minutes long. Neverending Story 3 came out in 1996, by the way. I think Lunar Jim came out in 2003 or 5 or somewhere in there. The Adventures of Tom Thumb and Thumbelina, which is 75 minutes long, rated G. Lunar Jim is not rated. The Thumbelina one is rated G and came out in 2002. And then it has the 2003, it looks like, Wrinkle in Time, which is 129 minutes, which I think makes it the longest one in this collection by 6 minutes. Wow. Came out in 2003, it looks like, and I don't recognize any of the names listed on the back of here for that one. Then we have Go Hugo Go, which is 68 minutes long, from 1998. Which is not rated. Neither is Wrinkle in Time. And then we have Hugo the Movie Star with 69 minutes from 1998, which is also not rated. We have Pirates, which is not rated and 72 minutes long from 1999. I don't recognize any of the names for that one. And then we have Connie the Cow, 123 minutes, which says it includes 6 episodes, so I'm guessing that one's like a show or something. Doesn't have a release year or anything like that, but it's not rated. And then we have Henry's World at 96 minutes and coming out approximately at 2001, it looks like, and is not rated. So yeah, there's no like guide or anything on the inside of it. But yeah, here's those, a bunch of kids movies, which I'm not opposed to having kids movies, obviously. Next up we have Next with Nicolas Cage, Julianne Moore, and Jessica Biel. I recognize all 3 of the names on the front of the case. Are there any more I recognize on the back here? Maybe, maybe not. Nope, there isn't. It came out in 2007. It is PG-13 and 96 minutes long. I need to watch this one. It actually looks really good. Insert. No. Okay. Next up, we have the 3-movie collection for Night at the Museum. This has Night at the Museum 1, Night at the Museum 2, Battle of the Smithsonian, and Night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb. In that same order, they came out in 2006 with 110 minutes, rated PG. All three are PG. The second one came out in 2009 and is 105 minutes long and has a Darth Vader cameo. And the third one came out in 2014 and is 98 minutes long and has a Hugh Jackman cameo. Ben Stiller stars in all three. I think Rebel Wilson is in the third one. Yes, she is. I see her name listed down below here. Yeah. Owen Wilson is also in these. And I think Dick Van Dyke and Mickey Rooney are in these as well. At least a couple of them. So yeah. Good movies. Next up, we have Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. 2-disc Disney DVD. It has a cool case underneath the slipcover that we'll show a little bit more in detail here in a second. Here's what the back of the case with the slipcover looks like. Looks like the DVD release is 2008. It's rated PG. And underneath the slipcover, it shows that it has a runtime of 76 minutes. Yeah, this is textured, and so you can actually like feel Jack Skellington there. Yeah, it just kind of opens like that to reveal that image from the movie. This is a movie makes sense to watch twice a year, Halloween and Christmas. And if you want to get technical about it, technically all the other holidays as well, because yeah, holiday trees for all the other holidays, not just Christmas and Halloween. It has one for Thanksgiving, Easter, and a few others, I think. But it's mostly in Christmas and Halloween. So yeah. Next up, we have Nights in Rodanthe. And I'm not sure how the heck this is pronounced. It has Richard Gere and Diane Lane in it. It's never too late for a second chance, apparently. But yeah. It's PG-13. Came out in 2008. No idea how to pronounce it. I have 2 copies though. And it is 97 minutes long. I need to watch this to figure out how the heck to pronounce that, because I don't like mispronouncing things if I can help it. Next up, we have Noah with Russell Crowe, as well as Emma Watson, Anthony Hopkins, Jennifer Connelly. Those are the names that I recognize on the back of here, at least. It's PG-13. Came out in 2014, and it is 137 minutes long. And here we go. I didn't revisit that one because it's been so long since I watched it. Next up, we have Nonstop with Liam Neeson. One I'm trying to find a Blu-ray and a 4K of. This one has Liam Neeson, Julianne Moore, and those are the 2 names that I recognize. Okay, then. It's PG-13. Came out in 2014 and is an hour and 47 minutes long. Yeah. Good movie. Next up, we have Northern Lights. Another one I haven't seen, and I don't recognize the two names on the front of the case there above the title. I recognize her face, but I don't know her name. I'm guessing she's probably Leanne Rimes, or Rims, however her last name's pronounced there. I'm guessing that's who she is, but I couldn't definitively say that. It is not rated. Came out in, looks like 2009. And it is 92 minutes long. It has a Canadian PG rating. That's why I put it with my G through PG-13s. Because according to Canada, it is PG. So that's good enough for me to assume that it's PG here as well. Next up, we have a Blu-ray DVD combo, extended edition and theatrical version of Now You See Me 1 with Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Ruffalo, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine. I recognize all but one of those names. The one I don't recognize is the one smack dab in the middle right there. Really good movies, though. This and the second one, as well as now the third one, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. All three of them are really good. This one is PG-13 theatrically, and in the extended version is not rated. The theatrical runtime is 115 minutes, and the extended runtime is 125 minutes. And it came out in 2013, it looks like. So, yeah. Fun little heist magician movie. Same with this one. This one has, in addition to the characters I already listed, it also has Daniel Radcliffe trying to be a bad guy. He doesn't make a good bad guy. He's not believable as a villain. So, yeah. PG-13. Came out in 2016 and is 129 minutes long. And, yeah. Enjoyable, fun heist movie. Next up, we have The Nut Job, featuring the voice talents of Will Arnett, Brendan Fraser, Liam Neeson, and Katherine Heigl as the four names on the front out of 6 that I recognize. Are there other names that I recognize on the back of the case? Negative. Because all the names I recognize on the back were also on the front. Okay. It is PG. Came out in 2013 and is an hour and 26 minutes long. There we go. I think the last one for this video, and we'll throw this one in on the next video. We have The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, with Will Arnett, Jackie Chan, and Katherine Heigl being the 3 names out of 4 that I recognize here. What else? This one. Those are the only names I recognize. Okay. Came out in 2017, is PG, like the first one, and is an hour and 32 minutes long. So it's just a little bit longer than the original. That is it for this particular video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And somehow I must have lost one of my subscribers because I'm back down to 79. I was at 80 a couple days, or yesterday and the day before. So that's a little sad, but yeah, I can hopefully rekindle their interest in my channel. and maybe they'll bring a few other friends along with them. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.